If you've been following my post about Jan Owen, then you know I'm not a big fan. Well, let's just say she's done nothing to change that either. First, as an update, I'll let you know that an attorney with the Department of Business Oversight named Charles Carriere was pretending to assist me in my complaints about select portfolio servicing. Unfortunately, that was all it was. While they were investigating, I received a sale notice on my property. At that time, I demanded an update on the investigation from the Department of Business Oversight. I also reminded them that I believed that the director was corrupt due to her previous relationship with Washington Mutual and Chase Bank, where her ability to be corrupted is well documented. So to give you a sense of the corruption, we are at a site called plainsight.org. It incorrectly calls Jan Owen a judge, even though she does stand in judgment, but certainly not of Select Portfolio Servicing, Washington Mutual, or Chase. Here's her employment background. She only began publicly using her full middle name once she was appointed as the Commissioner of the California Department of Business Oversight. She's a former senior lobbyist for the failed bank, Washington Mutual. She moved on to Chase, by the way. It doesn't say that here. According to congressional inquiries, she not only secured preferential treatment for herself and her mortgage, she also used connections inside Washington Mutual to assist at least one sitting member of Congress. And I don't know how we know that she secured preferential treatment for herself and her mortgage, but she lives in a nice house. Look at this. She also used her connections inside Washington Mutual to assist at least one sitting member of Congress, that was Laura Richardson, with problems related to Richardson's mortgage. That was a big scandal here in Long Beach because she was our congressman, congressperson, congresswoman. And here's some passages from the long hearing in Congress. Now, if you want to see more, I will put a link to the email trail, but it is just, it'll make you want to throw up, knowing that this person, Jan Owen, is responsible for the oversight of every financial transaction in our state. Because you'll see how manipulative she is, and you really should read through the emails. She's just, people's lives are a game to her. Just read the emails. They say it all. Anyway, here I'm going to leave this on the screen so you can take a moment. I would freeze the screen if you would like to read it heavily. And I'll just go through here. You can also just go to plainsight.org. Under the direction of Ms. Owen, my complaint was summarily closed. The Department of Business Oversight has not provided me with any information that would lead me to believe that they did any investigation at all other than to get the word of the servicer and pretend to collect evidence from me. That was a frivolous attempt on my part to this agency that does nothing when it comes to WAMU Chase loans. So here is my demand for update / record of action taken / first phase. And the reason I say first phase is because I have multiple layers of complaints against the various parties who I believe are racketeering. And that includes Chase Bank, Washington Mutual, which is really no longer in existence, SPS, which is the servicer, and then Deutsche Bank, the alleged trustee or beneficiary, and Quality Loan Service Corporation, who is the foreclosing party, which I had to stop that with the bankruptcy, unfortunately. And if you take a look at this, I'm very direct. And I even say, although I was hoping that the Department of Business Oversight would do its job, I was rather skeptical considering that your director has a major conflict of interest in having worked with the perpetrators of this racketeering organization. And these are the easiest things, and I'll just say them again. Please provide me with an update regarding the following aspects of my complaint. I provided you proof that SPS engaged in fraud by filing fraudulent documents with the Los Angeles County Recorder's Office. What have you done to investigate this allegation? 2, I have provided you proof that I submitted documents on multiple occasions acknowledged by SPS and they lost them or pretended to have lost them. What is your disposition of your office on this component of my complaint? 3, I had contacted SPS and Quality Loan Service Corporation and Deutsche Bank, all through their agents of process of service, inquiring as to how my loan was related to WAMU Pass-Through Account Series 2005-AR8, and all 3 entities have simply ignored the requests. Further, I provided you with the specific pass-through account so you could see for yourself that they were misrepresenting this relationship. I'm attaching the letter that I sent certified to Deutsche Bank as well. 4, I have also suggested that SPS engaged in misrepresentation, in order to obtain my personal information and suggesting that they had the right to provide me with a loan modification. As they have no such right, what efforts have your offices engaged in to assure that they cease this behavior? And I spelled 2 wrong. Bad me. I provided you with an article that offered proven testimony in a court of law which corroborated my allegations that SPS had made multiple misrepresentations to me throughout their time period in which they were engaged in fraudulent conversations with me regarding their modification racketeering scam. I provided you with proof that SPS has already received payment in full for the cost of my original mortgage. In your investigation, what determination have you made as to the legality of this payment that they applied, and their continued attempts to extort additional monies from me? SPS included a promissory note in their packet which they provided to you for this investigation. The promissory note was not signed or executed by any party. Have you investigated and determined an explanation for this? And here is the proof that I have officially been closed. So I'll be blocking out my name, but if you'd like to look at, here is the text of now they're only focusing on the loan modification. I guess they don't have anything to do with fraudulent documents filed in the county recorder's office. I would think they did. Their mandate seems to cover fraudulent documents filed in the county recorder's office. But that's basically it. And it is signed, so the buck stops here with Jan Owen. I did want to give Ms. Owen a chance to deny my allegations of corruption. However, she didn't respond. Perhaps that's because her corruption is well documented. It is shameful that respected members of the bar have to answer to a woman who has no judicial background. In fact, she holds only a business degree from Cal State Fresno. In 2012, in a press release regarding her confirmation as Commissioner of Department of Corporations, Ms. Owen's big initiatives were go after payday lenders and crowdfunding. Now, these are 2 areas where the victims knowingly enter into an agreement that is against their own interest. It should be noted that Jan Owen is married to an insurance lobbyist, so the family is definitely politically connected. The question remains why Jerry Brown would appoint Jan Owen to this position. One can only guess that Ms. Owen has some very rich friends. One can also guess that they're probably in the banking business.